Okay, this video is really just an opportunity to practice many of the things that we've seen so far. And at the end, we'll have a template which will monitor many PCI DSS related event IDs. And there are many of them. Okay, so we'll go through that and we'll use cloning to build that template. Okay, so go into Zabbix and there's the Windows basic template that we've created, and there's some items and there's some triggers related to the Windows Event ID. What I'm going to do is create a new template with many event IDs. So create a template and call it PCI DSS Windows, like so, and put it into the template modules. You can put it into any group you like, but template modules seems to be a good one for me. Add. Okay, so there it is. PCI DSS Windows has no items, no triggers. Windows Basic. Okay, let's go into Windows Basic, look at the items, and I want to copy this failed logon over to the PCI DSS template. So click Failed Logon there and do copy, templates, select Windows Templates Modules, and scroll down, and there it is, PCI DSS Windows. That's the one I just created. Select that and copy. Okay, so in templates, PCI DSS Windows, there's one item and there it is there. I also have one trigger that is checking that key, so I'm going to copy that trigger as well. So templates, Windows basic triggers, failed logon, copy, templates, PCI DSS Windows, select, just copy. Okay, now looking at templates. Now my Windows hosts are assigned Windows Basic, but I can't assign the PCI DSS template to those hosts because they have items in them with identical keys. So we'll get an error trying to add that. So just to show what the error looks like, I'll try and do that. So hosts, SP code desktop, let's add the template. There it is there. Select that and then do update. It says event log already exists on SP code desktop, inherited from another template. So when you get that kind of error, that's because the template is duplicating a key from a different template, or the key already exists in the items on the host. So to get around that, I'm going to delete the trigger from Windows Basic. So failed logon, delete, and delete the item failed logon from Windows Basic. So I'm just in Windows Basic there and delete. Okay. And now going back into hosts, I will be able to assign PCI DSS to this Windows host. Select, update. Very good. And I'll do it to the laptop as well. Select. There it is. Very good. Update. Okay, so that's good. So these two Windows hosts have two templates now. So I'm going to continue to work on this PCI DSS Windows template and add all those extra event ID checks to it. Okay, so back into templates, PCI DSS Windows, items, failed logon. I'm also going to just rename that so it's a little clearer what's going on. When I see it, I'm just going to add Event ID 4625 to the name. Okay, so there we go. Event ID 4625 failed logon, and just update that. Excellent. So that is a little bit clearer what that is about there. Okay, now to start adding all of these different event IDs to the template, and I'm going to use clone for that. So let's do the first one, Event ID 4608. So I'm just going to copy that into the clipboard. Okay. Go into my existing 4625 there and press the clone button. Okay. So with the clone button, we're creating a new item. We get the add option. We can't just press add just yet because the key will just be a duplicate. So we just need to update some of the details. So the first thing is the name 4608. And here, 4608 for the event log, event ID property. Okay, and that's good. Now, also, I'm going to continue to keep using skip in all of these new items. Otherwise, the first time the host gets these items to check, it's going to go through all this previous history, and it's going to use up a lot of resources on the computer while it gets all that data, tries to send it off to Zabbix. So skip is just a good way to prevent that initial overusage of resources on your host. Okay, so anyway, add that. That's good. That's the first one done. Windows is starting up. I'm not going to add triggers to all these other ones, but you can do that if you think it's an event ID that you want to monitor by using a trigger. Anyway, okay, the rest of them, there's a lot of them, like 32 in total. So I'm going to fast forward the video while I do this. So next one, 4609, clone 4609 and add. Okay, so that's a lot of new event IDs there I've just added. It's a very repetitive process, but they're all there now. Now there's another way of doing this. I could have just created one key, but just separated all the IDs using the pipe symbol there. So 4608 or 4609 or 4610, etc. You may prefer to do something like that. That's one to experiment with. Also, this template that I've just created is on GitHub, so you can actually download it from there too if you did want to create it. So there we go. Now to give it a quick test, because my Windows hosts are behind the proxy, I should update the proxy. So config cache reload. And also, because I want my Windows hosts to get the updates instantly, I'm just going to restart the agent on my laptop because I'll test that one. Okay, so monitoring latest data. Let's filter by laptop. There's a whole lot of new event IDs in there. We haven't got any information on any of those just yet, but I'm going to reboot the laptop and we'll start to see a whole bunch of these being filled in. Okay, let's check that again. Okay, so a successful logon, an account was logged off. Windows is starting up there. Okay, I just created a test user account as well. Okay, so we have done here a user account was created, a user account was enabled, test, there we go. Okay, so we can see that the template is beginning to work now. Anyway, you may want to assign that to a Windows host or enable, disable some of those that you don't find necessary, or even add your own event IDs. Anyway, this is just the beginning of a template that you might find useful. And just a reminder that you can download what I created so far from GitHub at that link there. Excellent.